All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more Resident Evil 0, continuing with the Wesker mode for the achievements related to that. And just keeping her going. After Wesker mode, we don't actually have a whole lot left. I thought that this was going to be a lot longer than it was prior to doing it. Seems like it's going to be easier than remake overall. But I guess we'll see. Well, yeah, maybe. I just remembered how many challenge run achievements there are still. But honestly, I could probably combine a lot of them. I don't know. I don't know if I want to push it. Where is the game? Hello? There it is. Okay. I could maybe, well, some of them are pretty easily doubled up, in fairness. Like, there's one that's for not using any first aid sprays for an entire playthrough, but then there's another one that's just for not using any recovery items for a full playthrough. So those could definitely be doubled up. We'll see. It shouldn't be too much more, in all honesty. Plus, me doing the mini games before doing all the challenge runs is going to make things unintentionally a lot easier. I didn't realize how good the rewards were for the extra games in RE0. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we're chilling. Now, how did I do? There it is. The death stare is all I gotta remember. Oh, we got the disc. Okay. Let's see if I remember how to do this. We'll just go straight for it. I'm not reviewing that document. I will if I need to, but I think I got it. It's like 0 through 9. And then A through F. So 0A would be right here.
I don't need this.
Roger.
And then Rebecca. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Forget that they run when you control them with the right thumbstick. Oh god, I should have just swapped to him. There. So that's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So A would be here. I think. Right? Let's go. That's the sound I'm looking for. Okay. We're cooking. We are in business. My hair won't stay up.
This is your chance.
Okay.
Can you teleport? No teleport in Wesker mode. He has this wild dash, but it's hilariously impractical to use. Hold on, what was the input for it? Oh, here we go. Because you can't steer him, like, at all when he's moving that fast. You are able to. Like, you can control him while he's running, but the turning is so slow that you just run into the walls everywhere if you try to use it. So really, he's not that different gameplay-wise. The stare is probably as different as it gets. The stare is ridiculous. I love it. That is the max charge. I wasn't sure if there was another level beyond that or not. I almost ran right past this since we've done Leech Hunter so many times now. I'm just so used to this door being locked. And nothing I really need. Guess we just go straight for the puzzle. Twitch Fairy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Right, let me try not to die doing this. Because I swear I always do. But like, I could show you, baby. Goo goo gaga.
Get the fuck out of my call right now.
It is literally just the king that needs to be moved.
I will talk about pegging you, but I will do it wholesomely.
Hello, hot sauce. How do I always get myself hurt doing this? Because that went great. What do I always try to do first? I figured I was going to do the same shit I always do, but apparently not. How'd you know? I had no idea. I didn't. I just took a guess. There were no clues. Nothing. I don't even have that statue yet. I've been going in such a weird order. But it's not like we really need all the inventory space. The infinite ammo and the death stare kind of make the inventory easy to mess with. Besides Wesker mode, what are we going for? Just getting the Wesker mode achievements. There's an achievement for using the death stare like 50 times or whatever. So I'm doing that. Oh. Back up, Rebecca. Whoa! Whatever the actual name of the stair is. I don't remember the official name. But basically just, we have to play through it once. Like all the way through to get something unlocked for another costume, and then just use the stair a whole lot on the enemies that I realistically can. But no other achievements doubling up. I probably, well, I was gonna say I probably could have. I did double up. There was an achievement for killing one of the leechmen with a knife only. I did do that this run. That's why Wesker was injured, was from doing that. Penance Stare, I wish. That would be a Wesker name, if I've ever heard one. Oh my god. I haven't even been down there. Was promised Cursed Relic today. I know, that was my plan, but I totally spaced that, I had an RE video coming out this morning when I said that, and I didn't actually think of it until this morning. Like, I forgot until maybe like 10 minutes before the video came out that that was the case. You're a bad person. I know, I know. I want to get the... I'm sticking to Ashes of the Damned. I'm not leaving. I'm not going to Astra Malorum because now the 9th relic on Ashes has been found, and it's a tier 2 one. So, like, I can use that once I get it to do the quest completion in tier 3 way easier than, you know, doing it with health regen on. So we're going to be doing that. I'm not leaving for Astra like I thought I was going to be. Oh my god. Oh. Maybe I just shouldn't even have Rebecca with me. I mean, at least she can do that. Get to Ashes, right, meow? No, I will not. Is she danger? Oh no, she's fine, actually. Imagine having a schedule. I know. I did have it scheduled today, but then I always schedule it out and then just make those little adjustments for videos where I need to. And I forgot that I had to make the adjustment for the video today. Okay, I guess he's actually dead. Oh, no, he's not. It's okay, this is basically a screen clear. There we go. It's crazy how the infinite ammo should be what's breaking this run, but it's not even having a chance. Like, it's not even being given the opportunity to break things. The death stare is just doing it on its own. Promises mean nothing to you. I mean, they mean something, but like, depends. Depends on the promise. At the very least, this playthrough should go pretty quick. I might actually get one of the speedrun achievements this playthrough now that I'm thinking about it. Because, like, we're pretty decently through the training facility. The basement's about to get open. I actually do feel like I might get one of the speedrun achievements done without even really trying for it this run. And even if I don't, I have the extra special Magnum with infinite ammo from Leech Hunter, because I just didn't know about that until we did it. You also promised we'd get married and have kids, but I guess that means as much to you as the scheduled relic hunt today. I don't remember promising that. I do not. You can't convince me I promised that. Spiders are gonna be a bitch to death stare. Stay back. For the achievement, it has to be fully charged ones. Really now? I don't remember this at all, for the record. Okay. Not worth it. Well, maybe him. I think it will hit him. It will. Generally, spiders are a no-go. You don't remember the drunk booty call at 3 a.m. where you promised me the world? No, I do not. I remember no such thing. I love how this guy gets into danger and it is just not even much of a worry. It's like, oh, Wesker's in danger. He'll be fine. Don't worry about it. He's not dying. Wesker's got it. Here comes the fun part. Wait a minute. Oh, this interaction. I was like, how am I going to save Rebecca if I don't have the boiler turned off? But this is the interaction that turns off the boiler. Hello, James.
I'm almost there.
I'm glad I could be of service. Time to go inside.
I forget about the voice. Him having Billy's voice is the best part. Why do you believe Mikkel? Mikkel is crazy. Oh, I thought I could unlock that before doing this, but I guess not. Doesn't this do something where, yeah, it's halved. So... Is this right? Oh, shit. All right, I got it. Well, that's all that took. OG wears sunglasses at night guy. He is the OG. I wonder, like, I thought about this.
You are wasting.
Not terribly long ago. Did he always have the crazy eyes like in RE1? Because I always kind of thought, given the Chronicles stuff too, that none of his abilities awakened until like post RE1.
It just doesn't make sense.
But maybe he had the crazy eyes from the experiments prior, and that's why he always wore the shades. Or maybe he was just a really cool guy. Because prior to Code Veronica, he's never seen without the shades. Like, by the time that we do see him without the shades, he already has the powers awoken. But the experiments took place well before RE1 that apparently gave him the powers. Maybe my Wesker lore just isn't perfect. I don't know. He just wore sunglasses because he's a shady dude. He's just a cool guy like that. He just wears sunglasses all the time. 50 enemies with Death Stare is a lot, though. There's one. The shades were a style choice. Yeah, I know, like, the abilities awaken, but what if he did have the weird eyes? And he was just covering them, is more what I'm saying. What if he always had those weird cat eyes? Sunglasses indoors for the vibes. Oh, there was a red herb there. Now I feel kind of silly. I don't know my RE0 like that. Thank you for the sub, though. Never knew Cyclops was in 0. He is. He's right here. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. They're tankier than I remember. Son of a bitch. I'm working on it. Okay, he died. Isn't she in this room? As far as I know. I'm sure there's some, like, novelization or somewhere that totally confirms it one way or the other.
Rebecca!
I just wouldn't know. I'm not a book reading guy.
I'll pull you up.
My AC6 finally turned up. Let's go. The Ace Combat 6 virus is spreading.
Don't mention it. Just keeping my word. We promised to cooperate with each other. Remember?
This is Rebecca, over.
Rebecca, this is Enrico. Have you managed to locate Cohen yet? Over.
He used them as a way to eye up anyone he chose to.
Answer me.
No, sir. I have not found him yet. I'll continue.
I also
to
just
search for him,
realized him being paired with Rebecca for this game
Rebecca.
in particular.
over. My
It's maybe a bit
first mission, and I've
suspect.
already disobeyed orders.
Remember
So much for my
RE2?
great law
Remember
enforcement
what's in his
career.
desk?
Oh well, I probably won't live long enough to worry about it.
Speaking of
Denise,
eyeing
need
up
to know.
anyone he wants to with
I
those
need
sunglasses
to know
on.
the truth. Did you kill 23 people? I'm not going to judge you.
He did have the
I
picture.
just want to know the truth.
Now that you mention it,
It was around this time last year.
I'm a little suspicious.
Only, there was no guerrilla hideout.
What do you mean?
He was barking at pictures of...
Idiots in charge had us operating based on wrong information.
That picture is
But we
like the
couldn't just go
goofiest
back home
secret in
empty-handed.
RE.
Oh no.
It's
Our
just so
leader
weird.
ordered us to attack an innocent village.
Well, I say it's the weirdest, goofiest secret. But now that we've 100%ed Survivor 2 and I've read
Forget about it. Doesn't
that
matter
document
anymore.
that we
was then,
don't
this
talk
is now.
about,
Besides, you said you wouldn't judge me.
I'm not so sure.
I'm not judging you, but it does matter. Look, now my people think you killed those MPs in the van, but I don't think you did.
Well, that's good.
It was those zombie dogs, right? When they attacked the van, you were able to escape. Isn't that right?
You don't get it. I've only got 2 choices left. Either report to the Marines and serve out my sentence, or keep on running for as long as I can. That's all.
All right, we go. We discovered the Mikami files with Survivor 2. That was absolutely the worst piece of Resident Evil lore I have ever read. I pray to forget it someday. To forget it ever existed. How did this work again? Kindle the flames of life from the spirits of the weak. From the weak. Right? Isn't that how this goes? Because I remember getting it flipped around before. So do we go progressively up the food chain? Was that how this worked? The deer or whatever would be at the bottom, right? Yeah. Horns proudly displayed means everyone eats you. But then... creep up on my victims in legless silence and conquer even the mightiest kings. Fuck, I do not remember the solution to this. And this puzzle is just a pain. Is it Wolf next? Might be Wolf. Then... It probably was Horse. Wait, no, maybe Horse is... Is it? Like, hold on. Is it Horse? Then whatever this is. Tiger, leopard, whatever. Then snake. Then eagle? Hawk? What was in those files? I don't remember which... Oh my god, I got it! First try? Let's go. I thought I was doing it wrong. Okay, I'm in. That Rebecca is secretly Wesker's daughter and only he knows. Oh. Explaining why this 18-year-old is on a Spec Ops team. It would explain that as well. This 18-year-old who... At least going off of RE1... because Zero kind of fucks with it, but at least looking at RE1, this 18-year-old who really is not capable of anything outside of being like the team's medic, but then for some reason she goes with them on missions. Like she's a frontline medic at 18 years old. It's just, it's so weird. For a... It's odd. It's a less creepy reason why the picture's in the desk. The picture in the desk is just so out of nowhere. I guess that tablet I'm just going to be holding on to for a while. Does anyone know, or can anyone find, who knows like the Survivor 2 document I'm referencing? There's only like 5 lore documents in the entire game, and they're literally numbered 1 through 5 in the menu. Can anyone figure out what the number is so that we can at least like make a meme out of it? Which one? Which number is that Survivor 2 document? Okay, yeah, it's not worth it. I thought maybe because he was slowly turning around. Oh, this one I might be able to land. Let's go. Trying to squeeze in these kills wherever I can, because 50 is a lot, actually. I think it was number 1. I could probably find it real quick if I looked. Here's 2. Rebecca, you grab that key. Oh, for the locker. I was like, what the fuck is this key even for? Buttered kettle corn. I haven't had kettle corn in so long. I used to love kettle corn when I was younger. I used to eat the fuck out of some kettle corn. I ate so much kettle corn if it was ever put in front of me. I haven't had that in ages, actually. Or really, like, any, I guess, candied popcorn, question mark? Like there's the caramel popcorn and stuff, too, that people do. I haven't had, like, anything like that in ages. Is that a key item, or is this... Well, let's see. Hold on. 385. I remembered there being something stupid with this where it just tells you the code. 385. Oh yeah, it's handgun parts. Okay. I had to check just because I didn't remember what it was. Shit. Someone drew Wesker in the pose of Rebecca's photo as to switch roles, and I can't find it anymore. That's so good, though.
I don't need this.
Roger.
It's Christmas tins with the 3 kinds, but for some reason, they no longer have the cheese one and instead plain. What? I got rid of... Like, I know the exact one that you mean. Like the tin of the various kinds of popcorn mixed together, where it had like the caramel and the kettle corn and like the cheesy popcorn mixed together. But they got rid of the cheese one? Why would they do that? Well, that's clearly not the button I wanted. There we go. The ones we've seen the past, like, 2 years were like that? What? Why would they get rid of it? Bitch. Is it only 2 of them? It is. I thought there was a 3rd one coming from all the noise, but it was just them dying. Oh my god. Okay.
Follow me.
We're out. Why do you sound so pissy about that? I think I have her set to not shoot. I hope I do. Just that I can do the death stare. So there's barely any rooms. Yeah, I have her set to not shoot. Okay. Barely any rooms left in the training facility then. Wesker mode. Well, it's not even the Wesker mode that's making it easy. If I was playing Wesker mode without all the New Game Plus stuff, it would be easier than a basic, like, New Game playthrough, but things like Rebecca having the monstrous Magnum with infinite ammo for encounters like that is also helping a lot. Ooh. You know another achievement I want to try to do here, actually, during this run? I wanted to try to get the one that is for killing, like, all 16 of the little bats that fly around during the bat boss fight. That was one of the miscellaneous ones I wanted to try to pick up during the Wesker mode run. I don't know if I want to grab, like, a basic pistol for that, or if the death stare is gonna be an absolute crutch. I did mean crutch. For that, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I could do it with his eyes, because the eyes are a screen clear, basically. But it kind of comes down to, like, A, will it do so much damage that it kills the boss? And B, will I have the time to actually wind it up and get it off with, like, all the little bats and the big one flying around? We'll see. I feel like I should be able to do it with his eyes, but I'm just not sure. Let's try to get these guys with a quick stare. Oh. There's the death stare achievement. I just got it. That Steam notification was the death stare achievement popping. So I'm no longer required to use it. I can just blast with the grenade launcher now. Shit. Next time there's a cutscene or something, I'm gonna try to figure out what document number it is from Survivor 2, just so that we can make a meme. I say we, so that I can, you know, verbalize a meme, and someone else will go and make it. That's typically how this goes. I say it out loud, and then the next thing I know, someone has made it. Like, by the end of the day, I see it in Discord or something. But there, my 50-50 vision achievement has been acquired. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's been done with Wesker Eyes, but the last hit also killed the boss. You went and looked at someone doing it. I could just save and try it. Like, a save right before the boss, I mean. I could also probably just carry the handgun over. I could go snatch it before running to that boss fight. Yeah, we do want this. Still need to make a short about that file. Ugh. Maybe. It was... Reading that with no idea that that was coming ahead of time was truly an experience. I'm dead. No, I'm not. I slipped out. Read it on GameFAQs? Okay, close enough. No one ever spreads misinformation on GameFAQs. It burnt a little, so I threw some liquid butter on it. Man, this is America. We just need to be throwing liquid butter on kettle corn regardless. Come on now. In the United States, throw some butter on it. And just butter it up. That's the way we do it here. Come on. You should just know these things. We just put butter on everything. I forget that it does that. Of course, I should know that it does that. It's fucking classic Resi. Most people don't use GameFAQs. Man, GameFAQs is still so good to this day. Like,
I don't need this.
Okay.
YouTube has kind of taken GameFAQs' place in terms of just, like, being where most people go to find answers for things like that. But even to this day, so many people make amazing GameFAQs guides, and I find myself using it on stream so often because when I'm streaming, I don't want to go watch a YouTube video. I just want, like, a quick text answer, you know? I don't want to have to sit here on stream and watch someone else's video to get my answer. So I have come to love GameFAQs, even for, like, newer games. People still use it. Still write crazy guides on it. Especially Yakuza. The Yakuza games, to this day, have insanely detailed guides on GameFAQs for, like, 100% completion and everything. Especially for the Yakuza games, I have fallen in love with GameFAQs. It's great. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I still need to fix that thing where for some reason I'm not seeing the... What's it? The names of people who are subscribing. Just randomly my bot stopped showing me the names. I need to fix that. Surprising how many people make legit guides and don't just use it to fuck with people. It's kind of true. Like YouTube, there are some like not videos that are supposed to fuck with people, but there are like joke guides on YouTube, you know? Like, where are my Black Ops 2 players from back in the day? The Batman Easter egg on Hijacked. There's shit like that on YouTube. And I'm glad there is. That video is a masterpiece. Isn't GameFAQs audited more though? Are they? Is that why the guides on there are so good? Is it because people like actually check and verify the quality of the guide? I know that the people running the site give out like awards for the best guides made that month or whatever. Like you consistently see, again, Yakuza guides on GameFAQs winning like the best guide on the whole platform for the month or whatever. So even that might just incentivize people to actually make legit guides with good info. You know, if there's an award to be gotten. Oh, I just didn't see it slotted in there. MW2 Granny Easter egg? Exactly. Shit like that was so good. Oh, dude. False. So chat, False played Black Ops 2 back when it was like the current COD game on her PS3, but she didn't have internet until a few years after BO2 was a game. So she just played like the campaign, a little bit of the zombies, and like I guess maybe she played multiplayer with bots, but even then I don't know if she did that, right? You missed out on so much of like the online culture of that game when it was out. And like it hurts because you played the game when it was out. I did multiplayer and bots. Okay. So it's like it hurts because you did play the game when it was current, but you missed like the experience. You know, like the online community made that with things like Batman Easter egg on Hijacked and just stupid shit like that. Oh, I'm good. I'm not even just talking about like the multiplayer lobbies, which is part of it, but like the YouTube community and stuff like that around it. The stuff on social media surrounding it. Like, dude, back during BO2, the cheating scandals, granted, zombies Easter egg hunts were so niche at the time, but every BO2 Easter egg, I shit you not, every single BO2 map had a cheating scandal with like leaked or data mined steps during the Easter egg hunt. There's just so much you missed, man.
I don't need this.
Roger.
So wholesome watching the RE videos back to back and watching False go from the channel friend to my girlfriend. We were dating during the friend of the show too. It is true. At the time that I made the Outbreak video, which was the first one that she helped me with, we had just started dating, like less than a month before that video came out. So at that time, I still said friend because we weren't talking about it publicly, but To be fair, when we recorded Outbreak,
Roger.
we were not. But when I got around to making the video after we had stockpiled all the footage, we were. Behind the scenes timeline. I was bamboozled, then everyone was. Because first few months we didn't tell anyone. Come on. Come on. There we go. Someone had to wait 10 business days? Don't you start this. Don't even start with me. I was playing MW3 a couple weeks back, and one of the people who'd been part of the stream got reset to 0. No. That's why I'm so thankful for, like, plutonium. On the PC side, at least. Because through stuff like that, and not even just plutonium, but the other modded clients that exist for COD games outside of plutonium, the older COD games are very secure, granted, played through modded clients, but secure on PC today, and like you can play without dealing with that. You know? Plus, on all the modded clients, they all allow you to just like hit a button in the settings to unlock everything right off the bat. You know, if you played a shit ton on official versions of the game and you don't want to lose all your shit and start over playing on the modded client, they were just like, oh yeah, here's the button. Press this button, unlock everything in the game. Is a head turner? Yeah. Probably. Happened to me. I could see that. I didn't think about that when I did it, but you're probably right. I didn't grab the pistol. Well, I guess I can go back for it real quick. I'm going to. Just in case I need it. I don't know that we will, but just in case, I'm gonna grab it. Because this is one of those moments where I probably can pick up a miscellaneous achievement outside of doing like all the challenge runs and shit later. This is probably the easiest playthrough we're gonna do. In terms of I have so much powerful equipment in my hands and just no real stakes to the playthrough overall. So now's the time to do stupid shit like intentionally kill all of the little bats in the bat boss before killing the main boss. You were a beacon of hope to all the nerdy video game guys. True. And VTuber? What was the comment on the RE6 video? There was one. Great, there were a lot. False already is about to spew like 5 of them. The one that I'm thinking of, there was one on that video specifically, I think. That was like, girlfriend? We lost one. He's no longer one of us, boys. He's gone. We lost him. Or maybe that was ORC. It's hard to remember because those 2 videos are back to back. So I mixed them up. You're talking about playing Warhammer Gladius with your girlfriend while False was talking in chat about how you couldn't beat her, and I was like, oh. We need to play Warhammer again, man. I love Warhammer. Hey, there's that new Warhammer coming out later this year. We can wait. We can wait. I remembered that as I was saying it. Dawn of War 4 is coming out. One thing at a time. There's a new one later this year. At that time, that will be the one thing. That's it. That's it. That's what we're doing. I got it all figured out. I love Warhammer so much. 40K. I'm not as big on the fantasy one. The fantasy one is cool. There are parts of the fantasy one that I really like, but I like 40K. Your fault for picking COD? I mean, I told you after BO2, we're gonna take a break on that one. Mostly because the COD games don't go on sale super often, and even when they do, they don't go on sale for like as much as you would hope they would. Like, they pretty consistently go half off, but they never really go below half off. So getting one with the DLC is still like 40, 50 bucks on a sale. So spacing them out will work. Like, I own them all, but you don't. Total War Warhammer is legit. Total War 40K looks like it'll be amazing. It looks so good.
This is your chance.
Okay.
Now you have to beat Raw Danger. Yeah, she has me playing Raw Danger, which was one of her favorite games when she was younger. What's it? Disaster Report 2. But in the US it was called Raw Danger. Because Age Tech is certainly one of the localization companies of all time.
Stay there.
Roger.
And apparently the first Disaster Report, there we go, Jesus. The first Disaster Report also released in the US under a totally different name. Under Age Tech as well, I believe. Like, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. But she's had me playing that the last couple nights. And that's... It is a very goofy game. Mostly in a good way. But there are some moments where I'm like, this is really what you wanted me to do? This is so silly. You should do the Lego games next. No. No Lego games. Well, the two of us wanted to play some, but not for YouTube. He means for YouTube. Is Code Veronica bad? Not at all, no. No, all the Lego games? No. No Lego games. I've already 100%ed too many Lego games. They're not for me. What Age Tech games? The Western releases of Disaster Report. Okay. So I just need to damage him enough for the little ones to spawn in. Ow. Bitch. Oh, here we go. Son of a... I definitely have time to stare. But I feel like I should do it, like, from when they spawn in. Trying to hit it. Shit, I think I died. Okay. You still have to play Final Fantasy IX? See, you do it, too. It could have been Final Fantasy IX. It could have been. Why do some people say it's bad? From what I have gathered, take this with a grain of salt, because this isn't going to be everyone, but a lot of the people who say that Code Veronica is bad haven't actually played through it. A lot of it seems to be echoing, particularly I'm trying to phrase myself carefully. Particularly the opinions of a couple of very popular speedrunners in the community. And speedrunning Code Veronica can be a shit show because that game is massive compared to the other classic REs. But just as a like tank control resi game, Code Veronica is very good. Assuming you're not speedrunning it. But even then, when I was doing the completion for CV and we had to do the S rank playthrough, I had a ton of fun doing that playthrough. And I was right that the death stare, at least until you clear out a couple of the bats at least, is just not the move. You don't have time to wind it up. Jesus Christ. Maybe. Oh, okay, I was getting somewhere. I got the second wave of bats. Coming from someone who's not the biggest fan of tank controls, though. There's a lot of that as well, to be fair. There is a lot of, especially nowadays, there's a large portion of the Resi community that just doesn't like the tank control RE style. Right? Whether that be, you know, newer players who came in on later games and were able to enjoy the older games, but just not as much. Or even, I didn't realize how much of a thing this was in the community until I started doing the videos. But a lot of that is even like people who have been around since the early days of Resi where they were tank control games, but just like, you know, gaming evolving so much in the last couple decades and generally moving on from that style. There are even a lot of older fans who are just like, I would rather not go back. Like, I enjoy the tank controls enough, but I'm also glad we moved on, sort of thing. Okay, the death stare can be the move. Oh, no. Okay, I killed it too early. That was what I was worried about with the death stare. So I'm glad I brought the handgun. This is just gonna take a few tries. I don't know why people struggle with tank controls. I think there is a lot of it that's just how much or how little you've played of games in that style over the years. Like, I don't mind them at all because I grew up playing the PS1 trilogy, mostly RE1 and 2 and 2. When I was a kid, I didn't like 3 as much. What are you trying to do? There's an achievement for killing all of the smaller bats before the fight ends. Son of a bitch. Get off me. That did a lot of damage already. Oh, now I haven't damaged him enough for the second wave to even come in. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like that he had to take enough damage for the second wave. Oh, okay, he gets super low. I think I can use the death stare for the first group of bats, but not the second. Because he apparently is just so low for that second wave that I shouldn't touch it. All types of games or only horror games? All types of games. Horror games outside of like the few in the genre that I would say are genuinely really good are typically not my thing. But that's also just because I'm a much more gameplay oriented kind of person. And most horror games devolve into either running away from things or hiding from things. And I just don't find that very fun. Shit. Shit. Oh wait, yeah, Death Stare in the first group is fine. That's right. It can make this go a lot quicker. I hit him too much. The Death Stare might just be a no-go in general. I don't know. I'm a CV fan, but I kind of wish the second half of the game didn't exist. I don't think it's that the second half shouldn't be there, because like some of the stuff from the end is good, but what's it? Definitely a lot of the stuff leading up to CV's finale is just like, I don't think that we needed entire sections of Chris backtracking through the environments that Claire just went through. I think that Chris's Arctic base portion is good, but I feel like that's more because in that, Chris is largely going through areas that Claire never saw. Like, most of that section is stuff that Claire never saw, whereas, like, his island backtrack is pretty much all stuff that Claire saw with a couple rooms that she didn't. I feel like that's mostly the difference. Like, going back through everything a second time, just... It was not necessary. Holy fuck. No Death Stare. I can't Death Stare him at all. It just kills the bat. The alternate controls for Zero and RE1 Remake made it worse. So with Magic. I practiced and got used to tank controls. Now I'm curious how I'll do a CV. Yeah, I agree that like the alternate controls or like modern controls, I don't remember what they called them in the HD version of 1 Remake and 0 are so much worse. Like they almost, and especially because they're the default control scheme, they feel like a trap for newer players. If that makes it, like it feels like it's so much more welcoming and like, yeah, look, we have modern controls. You don't even have to play with the tank controls. But then they're way more difficult to manage than the tank controls because of all the camera changes. And just the way that things are designed around the tank controls. Shit. This really feels like I'm just gonna be here waiting for the lucky run where my pistol shots actually hit the smaller bats and not the big one. And hit them with enough consistency to kill them quickly enough. Jesus Christ. There. Oh, come on. Doesn't the alternate controls make you run backwards every time the screen changes? Not exactly, but it makes the controls camera relative.
Resident Evil.
So,
0.
anytime that you switch the camera, like say that you're running forward down a hallway, but then you get near the end of it, and then it flips to a camera that's like to your right. As soon as that camera switch happens, you're gonna run into the fucking wall instead of actually running around that corner. Like, naturally, the way that you should. It makes it worse. Tank controls are fine. Yeah. Because with the HD versions, they didn't implement that thing where, like, if the camera changes and you're holding forward, it will just keep your character's movement in the same direction, like, say, DMC1 did. It just didn't do that. Probably because they were just quickly thrown in for the re-release. It's kind of a shit show. I have, like, even... I don't mind the alternate, like, button bindings that they did for the HD versions. I don't play with them. I play with the original buttons, where, like, R1 is my aim instead of L2, like they did for the HD edition. But those are fine. Like, the button changes they did are perfectly fine. What they did to the tank controls is an abomination. Shit. I only don't play with the newer bindings because I'm just so used to the classic ones. Like, my muscle memory is, if I want to aim in these games, I hold R1. Also, this kind of sucks. Maybe I should... I don't want to try the grenade launcher either.
Resident Evil 0.
Playing on controller or keyboard? Controller. Xbox controller. Because these ports just don't work with a PlayStation controller out of the box, at least on the PC version. But I'm speaking PlayStation terms. Have any herbs? Nope. Real Yakuza use a gamepad. To be fair, these just play better on controller.
It's late. I am sorry, sir.
Thank you for the resub, False. The Kronk worked, but the alert didn't, I guess. Thank you for the Prime. 12-month Prime. See, like, this run is the kind of run I'm talking about. Please, please keep it going. Keep it consistent. Oh my god. Don't screw me at the end. Bring in the second wave. Where is... Show me the second wave. There they are. All of the bullets are going to the big one. Even in that situation, what is happening? I'm dead. Fuck, man. Oh, I'm not dead yet. Put me in, coach. I'm still in. I'm still up. Not for long. Fucking shit. Oh, I accidentally opened the Steam overlay. Have you tried Uncharted? Should I play? I am not the biggest fan of Uncharted. Again, because I'm more of a gameplay guy. But if you like more like cinematic or story-driven stuff, then you would probably like it. But I'm personally not a fan, no. And no, Godzilla's a bitch. King Kong is where it's at. Everyone knows it. There we go. It's 2, 3. Kiryu beats both, though. It's true. Kiryu beats both Godzilla and King Kong. Tiger drop. Negates all damage. Oh my god, dude. This blows! Which Kong, though? There are multiple? What if I got set up in a spot where, like, I could hit all of them with a fully charged screen clear stare, and maybe that's the move? One of them achievements that makes me question why I get achievements in games. This one is just silly. Like, this one is just straight up silly. For anyone who's like, what is going on? The achievement is to kill all of the little bats before you kill the big one. Which sounds way easier than it actually is. I thought this was going to take no time at all. I thought this was just like a little thing that I could do while doing the Wesker run, but no, this is ridiculous. This is way harder than I thought it would be. Oh, there we go. Like, what if I get in this spot over here and just pray that I can get a fully charged stare? Oh. I don't want to release a half-charged one or a non-charged one, because those will kill the big bat too soon. But the amount of luck that this will take is ridiculous. Yeah, that was a half charge. It didn't even clear the screen. Fuck, man. Maybe I should go back to the other corner so that at least that corner I can see what's happening.
0.
I don't like that spot just because I can't fucking see. Probably could cheese it in a different run. I mean, we're not going to have anything else that will make it easier to cheese, if that makes sense. Like, we already have all the infinite ammo weapons and stuff. So it's not like there are any weapons later on that are going to make it easier. Damn it. Oh, shit. Machine gun? Oh, you're right, actually. The machine gun, maybe. This boss sucks. Especially when I'm not allowed to shoot it. Fuck off! Leave me alone. I hope Ada will be an RE9. I feel like Ada will almost definitely be an RE9 at some point. Machine gun could probably do this easiest, now that you mention that. That's one of, like, the 2 weapons I don't have available. We don't have the machine gun or the rocket launcher. Everything else we have. Oh, come on. I got one. I got one. That was a charged one. We just need to be lucky enough for 2, chat. That's all we need. Oh, come on. Fuck it, we go for 3. No achievement pop. I didn't get it. It killed him too fast. I probably should switch to pistol later. I was just gonna go for it because earlier James said he found that thing where like you can do it with the death stare, but your what's it? Your last one will also kill the boss just because he doesn't have that much health. No item boxes seems like hell. I'm not excited to play it. It really is not bad. It, like, so genuinely, and I'm not a big Zero defender by any means. This is my least favorite of the tank control resis by far. But the item boxes is like the least of this game's problems. It genuinely barely changes things. Okay, this time 2 of them killed him. And not 3.
Resident Evil 0.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. God damn it. Now that you're playing Wesker mode, would you agree that we need this as a bonus mode in every RE game going forward? Okay. Okay. Maybe controversial. Maybe. Hear me out. This bonus mode is kind of a nothing burger. It kind of doesn't do anything other than just give me this weird stare move. And swap my player model. Really? There we go. How did I get so lucky the one time? Leech Hunter is better though. That's what I'm saying. Like gameplay wise, it's the same game pretty much. Like I'm basically just playing RE0 with a Wesker costume and then like 1 additional ability. That, to be honest, is very funny and cool, but well, he has 2 abilities.
0.
But one of them is so incredibly impractical that I'd never touch it. And the other is like a novelty that can be good, but I'm more often than not better off just using infinite ammo weapons. You know? So it's kind of a weird bonus mode. I thought it would be a lot wackier than it is. RE5 DLC where you play as the legendary Josh. See, now that is how you do a DLC character right there. Fucking Josh Stone, RE5, greatest RE character of all time. Bro is a demon. That's a lot of bats. Josh mode would go hard. You guys. No one played the RE5 DLC. There is Josh. There is playable Josh in the RE5 DLC. That's the meme. Josh mode. We have Josh mode, thankfully. Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. Oh. It's a struggle getting through 5 to begin with, to be honest. 5 hate in my chat. I don't...
Resident Evil.
Actually, can I say...
0.
One of the wildest comment sections I have on my entire channel is my RE5 video. Because it is a 50-50 split pretty much between people being pissed at me for not liking RE5 and people being pissed at me for liking RE5. And neither half has watched the video, clearly. It's crazy. That video's comment section is painful. Like, every comment I get on that video is someone being mad at me for something I didn't even say. Was like that for RE6 too. To be fair, the RE6 comment section is also just people going to war with each other. Fuck's sake. Trying to rage bait you? No, they're serious. It's not rage bait, it's all genuine. Shit. RE5 is a terrible RE game, but it's one of the most fun co-op shooters ever made. I disagree. I think RE5 is a great RE game.
0.
But that's, to be fair, because RE5 is RE4 with slightly less sauce, is kind of the best way to put it. And with co-op. Like, that's RE5. It's RE4 with less personality and co-op. More sauce with Josh and Excella. Excella is the dumbest villain in RE. She literally shows up, does nothing. Less personality? Yeah, like the merchant, right? RE4, the merchant is like one of the most memorable and likable characters in RE4. RE5 retains the shop system, but there's no charismatic merchant attached to it. It's just a menu that you get thrown into between missions with no, like, no sauce, no personality behind it. The function is the same, but it doesn't have that flavor that made it feel like that much more memorable in RE4, you know? Stuff like that is what largely plagues RE5 and puts it in the category of RE4 but slightly worse. Fuck, I knew I was so low, but I didn't think I was that low.
Resident Evil 0.
Remember when Reynard was supposed to be the merchant and then they killed him? Who was Reynard? Is that the guy at the very beginning who gives you your equipment? Is that Reynard? Does he have a name? Genuinely, yes. I never knew he had a name. He was just the guy in the turban to me, but there, yes, okay. He had a name? Exactly. I'm learning for the first time that he has a name.
So many erections!
Even False wouldn't have known that. And she's like the RE5 fan of all RE5 fans. Do they say his name? Like, out loud? In that scene? There's no way. Oh my god, this run. Oh my god, it's not even to kill all of them. It's just to defeat 16. It keeps spawning them no matter what. But there, I got the achievement to pop. Let's go. Holy fuck. It's like I said, it just took a ridiculously lucky run. That was all it took. Just a run where all the bullets connected the way that they should. There we go. Good thing his family can't hear this. Yeah, true. They never say his name. It's on one of the action figures. That's why. Okay. I was like, why would I have not known that this character has a name? But that would be it. They don't say it out loud, but it's in like a collectible. It seems like Okinawa map from Kiwami 3 wouldn't get cut. In Dragon Engine, there's a red marker that shows you can't get past that, but the upper part of the map, which was seemingly getting cut, doesn't have those markers. I had never heard about it getting cut, but is it just like inaccessible in the demo that they put out, so people thought it was cut? Is that basically what happened? You haven't 100%ed the game? No. RE5, I kind of look forward to 100%ing, but not terribly so. Because I like RE5. I enjoy an occasional playthrough of RE5, but it is a game that every time I'm at the end of it, I am very ready for it to be over. You know what I mean? Like, by the time I get to the end of RE5, I'm like, thank God I am near the end, because I'm kind of over this. I feel like that once I get about 2 hours in. Honestly, I start to feel that way about the halfway point. Like, that temple sucks. And everything that comes after that temple also sucks.
This is your chance.
I think the first, like, 2 acts of RE5 are good. And then acts 3, 4, and 5 are shit. Pretty much. And they get progressively worse. Like, the temple is annoying and monotonous, but it's not awful. But then the bit right after the temple gets worse. And, like, the only thing that I guess goes up in quality after that point instead of going down is like the Wesker final boss is fun. But like, dude, the boat with the enemies that have assault rifles and it turns into a cover shooter. God, that is like the most miserable part. No. Not the most miserable part of any RE game, but it's close. It's like a top 3 contender for worst area in any Resi game. Genuine. Like, it's an actual top 3. It really is. It really is. I'm trying to think. Top 3. Can I be so real for a second? Actually, speaking of worst areas in any RE game, everyone always echoes the opinion that Leon's campaign is the best in RE6, right? But can I be so real with everyone for a second? The church and the lab under the church in Leon's campaign in RE6 sucks so much ass. That is the worst part of RE6 for me. Always has been. That part of the game is so miserable to get through every single time. That part is so bad. I hate it. I hate it. The aircraft carrier, yeah. But after the church, Helena's sister? No, dude. And like the tomb under the church is included in that, actually. To be clear, I also think that part is fucking awful. Like the whole tomb with like the traps and like them jumping across the rocks as it's all falling apart. Like all of that included, for me, is the worst part of RE6. Just that whole general section is the worst part for me. I like his because it's the darkest one. Bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Leon's campaign, if Ada's campaign didn't exist, would have been the worst one. It is my least favorite to play in RE6. And I swear, I can't prove this, but my headcanon is that outside of it being general opinion, so people are like, okay, yeah, I agree with this. I think also a big part of people saying that it's the best part of the game is just because it's the first campaign. So you play it like during that short period of time where you're kind of sitting there going, you know, RE6 is pretty fun actually, before you're like 30 hours in and just ready for it to be over. Sorry, Agent. Agent can't save Ada's campaign. I'm sorry, but he can't. The stealth section with Ustanok is awful. The other bits of Shake and Jerry's campaign, I don't mind. But the stealth section is terrible. False hates the snowmobile chase, like after the stealth section. I think that's one of the best parts of Jake's campaign. That is one of the most like over the top Call of Duty bullshit moments in the campaign. I can't help but love it. Did I say Shake and Jerry? Oh. Shit. Shake and Jerry. I die no matter what. That's one of the most fun parts. Is this, I was just about to say, is this zombie ever going to wake up? I was sitting here waiting for it. You did the first time? My bad. Jake and Sherry's campaign, I think, is like generally tied with Chris's. I think those are the two good campaigns in 6. But I feel like that's mostly just because those are the two campaigns in 6 that actually play to the strengths of that game. Like Leon's campaign has a better tone. Like I do enjoy the darker tone of Leon's campaign, but at the same time, playing RE6 in a campaign that is like intentionally trying to slow you down and limit the combat the whole time, when the combat and the crazy over-the-top shit is like the one thing that RE6 has going for it. I've never liked Leon's campaign, mostly because of that. You want to talk about bullshit stealth in RE6? Bro, what is Ada's campaign? What is it? Why? Why does she play like that? Oh no, this one goes to Billy, doesn't it? Yeah, wrong color. Shout out my homie Piers. The guy that everyone always says was like one of the best parts of 6, but then no one actually knows his name. Everyone calls him Pierce. How could you forget about Finn? Finn is pretty good. I like Finn.
I got so excited I shot a load, my man.
I'm just saying. I think RE6, more than a lot of RE games, has a lot of like community echo chamber stuff going on, where everyone just kind of repeats common sentiment. And I feel like a lot of that common sentiment is just BS, if I'm keeping it a buck. It's me, I am the echo chamber. Capcom should have killed Chris at the end, like originally planned. And then Chris's character in 7 and 8 would make sense if it was Piers. I feel like Chris's character in 7 and 8, in terms of the way that he behaves, is very in line with Chris. We don't talk about Chris's design in RE7. The Skinwalker Chris Redfield. We don't talk about that, but like his behavior and the way that he interacts with the people around him feels very Chris Redfield in those games. Look at him in 7. His character in 7 and 8 is an absolute character assassination. Why? Like, how so? I heavily disagree. Rebecca! Rebecca! All of a sudden thinking it was a massive success. Like Capcom didn't almost go entirely dark for 4 years before going back to lower budget games because 6 cost them too much. Well, people say that 6 was a bigger success than it was because 6 now, like lifetime sales, has sold a lot of copies. But just throwing out the lifetime sales completely neglects the low sales of the first couple years of the game and the fact that most of those sales were picked up while the game was on sale for lower prices. Like years and years later, by the time that Capcom had already, you know, assessed their losses and changed their business strategy moving forward because of the game's poor performance at launch. Would absolutely tell the people he cares about what is happening. But that's the thing with Village, though, is everyone says that he just didn't tell Ethan, but everyone completely glosses over the fact that in the game, it's explained as he was going to tell Ethan once he had he and Rose extracted to somewhere safe, where he could actually assure that Ethan wasn't going to run out and get himself killed. Like, that was the plan. But then the convoy that he was in got destroyed on the way there. He has 1 million opportunities to tell Ethan. Yeah, but he explains that it was done the way that it was done because he didn't want Ethan to go and get himself killed. Like, the events of Village are essentially what Chris was trying to prevent from the very beginning by waiting until he had him somewhere safe. Like, that whole outcome was the thing that Chris was trying to prevent the entire game. I got RE6 for like £2. Bro, I wish. I got my PC copy for something like that, like $5 or whatever, when it was on a deep sale. I wish I had gotten my Xbox copy back in the day for that cheap. Wesker's gonna have to wait on that heal. I bought RE6 twice. Yeah, so did I. I picked it up like a year after it came out for like $2. Yeah. That is generally the part that gets left out of discussion about RE6's like lifetime sales and all that. Oh, come on. I thought he was far enough away that it would just connect. Up until you meet him at Moreau's place where he still doesn't tell him. That much is fair, but I feel like at that point it's not so much character assassination, it's just the sort of like, what's it? Necessity for the plot. Like, the game can't continue in a logical way if Chris tells Ethan what's going on there. Like, to actually get the result that the writers wanted, he couldn't have told him there. I feel like that's the only reason he doesn't. That bit is just contrivance. It absolutely is character assassination. It's a character behaving differently from their norm is not character assassination. There is a bigger issue in like games discourse nowadays where the term gets used that way so much. Character assassination is a deliberate effort on the writer's part to rewrite a character into something that they're not. There's a major difference between that and like contrivance for the sake of the plot actually moving forward. And it's important to be able to tell the difference. Like, to be able to distinguish the difference. Because otherwise, we could start talking character assassination like in RE3, but we don't. Because Jill acting differently in 3 than in 1 for the sake of plot is just accepted. If you want to see the worst character assassination, play the 3rd birthday. That is a... Is the breeding room... Which room is that? Is that this room? Yes. Can we not mention 3rd birthday? 3rd birthday is a game. Certainly.
Ow! Ow!
Oh! This Magnum is even better than I thought. What the fuck? It can kill 2 hunters with 1 bullet. I did not realize I was packing that kind of heat. Jesus Christ. New Game Plus in RE0 is awesome. What the fuck? Why have I never done any of this? Why have I never gone and gotten all these extra rewards? This is crazy. One bullet, 2 hunters dead. Leon has Yakuza-style finishers in RE9. He does. Some of the shit he's pulling in that recent preview is wild. Oh, Wesker's here. Would you look at that? You'll end up rating this higher than it deserves now. Hey, that tier list that we're doing after each one is rating the game purely on the 100% experience. I can't help that RE0 is my least favorite tank control resi, but it has a great 100% experience. That's not my fault. I don't know this code. Isn't it like 8, 4, 6, 3? Damn it. All right, let me go get it. Isn't it this document in here? Rating it on 100%, but putting that in the title would make people crash out. Bro, you want to talk about... If I did do a video for it... If I did. Not saying I will. But if I did. Could you imagine simply just putting the tier list itself as the thumbnail for the video? The amount of rage clicks that video would get would be out of this world. Where is this document? Is it in Rebecca's side of the facility? Wait. I have a couple more guesses, because I remember 8 being one of the numbers. I don't remember the order is the thing. But, like, it was something like there were a certain number of leeches to start, and then at one point they get cut in half. At one point they add a couple. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to find it. Which sucks, but... Hold on. There's a lore document somewhere in this facility. Do what everyone else does and have the thumbnail be the opposite of the tier list? No, dude. With the 100% tier list, the thumbnail could just be the tier list. Like, so far, there are some things on the tier list that you'd expect. Like, I think I put remake as an S tier. If I didn't, I'm going to change it to an S tier because it should be. Like, if I, for some reason, put it A or whatever. But, like, RE3, original RE3 on that tier list is like a D tier. Because that 100% sucks. Like, RE3, the original, is amazing. It's one of the best RE games. But it's 100% sucks and is super boring. Yeah, here we go. 4 leeches. They double their numbers, then lost 2. And then they lost half. Okay. So it was 4 leeches. See, I vaguely remembered. Oh, I double entered. It was 4 leeches. I went the wrong way, but it's okay. They doubled. They lost 2. And then they cut in half. I remembered bits and pieces. I was close. I was close. Do mercenaries 300 times to grind a bunch of money to get everything. OG RE3 experience. That's not even it. That's part of it, and that isn't very fun, right? Like, just play mercenaries for hours and hours and hours to get money to buy your rewards already isn't great.
Let's regroup as soon as possible. Over.
But beyond that, the game has no rank requirement, no speedrun reward, like nothing to actually change up the experience of playing the base game at all. But you know what it does have? Those epilogues. So you have to beat just the main scenario 8 times. And there's nothing special to do during those 8 playthroughs. Like, there's nothing that changes between them. It just requires you to beat the game 8 times over to get all of the epilogues collected. Like, it sucks. It's just, the game has so much random bullshit like that for the 100% that, like, drags out the completion, but without adding any value or, like, making you play the game in a way that you normally wouldn't or anything like that, right? It's so dumb. And those 8 times won't guarantee getting a different ending each time. Well, no, because RE3 only has, in air quotes, 3 endings. Because those 3 endings that people talk about and say that the game has 3 endings are you and Carlos fly the helicopter out of there yourselves, like you find the helicopter and you take off and leave. Or you and Carlos are picked up in the helicopter by Barry. Or, and this is the best one, you and Carlos are picked up in the helicopter by Barry, but when Barry flies in, Carlos waves his arms. Whereas in the other one, for clarity's sake, he doesn't wear his arm, or wave his arms. But people, for some reason, there is a specific sequence where you can get Carlos to wave his arms when Barry arrives, and people count that as a 3rd ending. And even whether Barry picks them up or not, it's not really that different. The game has a bunch of ways to reach the same ending, which is cool, but like RE3 really doesn't have multiple endings. I missed the Survivor 100%. Survivor was at least fun just because it's Survivor and streaming it is a good time. I think Survivor ended up being on the same tier or like one tier above RE3. Because at least Survivor, like we were doing something different every time. And what's it? And it's just a funny game to stream. Like, the voice acting is hilarious. The game itself is just goofy. And Survivor did actually have, like, an S rank completion criteria that was pretty challenging. I had to do, like, 3 playthroughs to even get a run that was good enough for it. Whereas all the other, like, classic tank control resis, we've kind of first tried.
Okay.
Or in the case of Code Veronica, that S rank took me 2 tries. Not 1, it took 2. But like every other speed run or like max rank playthrough I've done on the first try. Because if you go out of your way for them after doing like the story playthroughs and stuff, the max rank runs in classic Resi are surprisingly easy with just a little bit of knowledge behind them. Pre-rendered. Bitch! Get out of here. Oh. I have to go hit the power again? Oh, alright. Well, shit. He's dead. It's fine. Going to be an awful time because that game's raid mode never fucking ends. Hey, but at least raid mode is great. Right? We'll see. We'll see. Because it does take an eternity to get everything in raid mode. In both games, more so in 2, but in both. But the benefit is that raid mode is awesome. Do you think we will ever get another RE animated movie? Yes. Actually, recently, Sheva's voice actress posted that video, like, teasing that she is doing something for Resident Evil. And a lot of people jumped on it and, like, clickbaited it as, like, oh, RE5 remake. But we already, a few months ago, got a leak that they had an animated RE movie, like a new CG RE movie, in production that is starring Sheva and Barry as the 2 main characters. So most likely that's what she's teasing. That's what she's alluding to in that video that's been going around so much lately. Because that leaked a little while ago. I would be perfectly happy to see Sheva return. Me too. I mean, I always bring this up. And I do it for a reason because it's totally true. I'm sorry for the Sheva fans, but like, Sheva has the personality of a cardboard box in RE5. Like, she really is a nothing character in that game. She's just kind of there. But like, I would like to see Sheva come back and get more development despite that. I would like a Sheva comeback. True. She genuinely has like no distinct personality in that game. But I would like to see her brought back and given a personality outside of just, you know, I'm Chris's partner for a day. That really was her only personality trait in 5. Was too busy looking at her and to notice any personality. I low-key think Helena has a bigger chance than Sheva. Spicier follow-up take. Helena in 6 has more personality than Sheva. Like, she is more of a distinct character than Sheva. That might be the hotter take, we'll see. But, like, I could describe at least probably 2 character traits if I tried to for Helena. She does actually get an arc, that is true. I'm being, like, overly critical, but she does get a character arc, at least. It's not a crazy character arc, but it's something, you know? She's got the sister plot line. Has grown on me. Or the more that I've seen of her in RE9 trailers. Bro, Grace, at the end of the recent, like, showcase, they show that giant, like, mutant baby crashing through the walls and shit, and Grace screams, "What the fuck?" in, like, the most hilarious way. I pointed it out to False when she was watching the showcase. It is the funniest what the fuck ever right at the end. And that gives me a lot of hope for Grace being a likable character. Hilariously. Like, just of all things, her screaming "what the fuck" in a funny way has given me some hope that she will be, like, a very enjoyable character to play the game as. Even though it's only one line that we've seen. Plus, it seems like with us now actually being able to see in a trailer, mind you, because I've been saying this for months, but, like, we have now seen in the showcase that her portion of the game does look like the RE2 remake a lot. They've been saying it for months, but they never showed it in a trailer. Now they've finally shown it. She'll probably have, like, a pretty distinct progression from the beginning of the game to the end, where, like, at the start, she's going to be very afraid of everything and, like, cowering and stuff like we've seen in most trailers. But then near the end, she'll probably be fairly badass. Think like Claire Redfield doesn't start that scared in RE2, but, like, still from the beginning of RE2 with Claire to the end of RE2, there's a very noticeable difference and progression. I get the feeling there will be something like that for Grace. Will you play the Grace section first or third person on the first run? I think that what I'm going to do is it's going to be similar to what I did for Delta, where, like, release day of RE9, I'm going to be playing the game before stream time and recording it for the review. But then when I get to stream time, I'll start up a new playthrough for stream, do a whole lot of yapping probably like I did when Delta came out while playing it, but play it in third person. I think I'm going to start in first person because it looks better just from what little we've seen, but then on stream I'll probably play and record some extra footage in third person while streaming. Do we know if Leon is going to be playable in first person? Because they've only shown him in third, and they've mostly shown Grace in first. Yes? Is he going to be playable in first person? He is. Okay. So I'll probably play both in first person for, like, my off-stream playthrough and both in third on my stream playthrough. Holy fuck, get shit on! I'll give you stars. They showed a menu and both characters have a choice. Okay, I just missed that then. That was one of the greatest tyrant fights of my life. Be standard classic with ink ribbons? Probably.
You and your friends.
I do, I prefer ink ribbons to not having them, definitely. I still am very worried about standard classic, not because I think that having a standard difficulty with ink ribbons is a bad thing. I think it's actually a good thing. What worries me is that from the difficulty menu they showed, it seems like you won't be able to play on a higher difficulty than standard on your first playthrough. And I've talked about this already on stream as well. But that worries me only because every RE game, like starting with 7 all the way through to RE4 Remake, they've been way too easy on standard difficulty in recent years, which is part of them becoming more accessible and hitting the major audience that they have now. But for players who have played RE games before, the games have been far too easy on standard difficulty in recent years. I don't remember the solution to this, but oh, yeah, I think I got it, actually. Easy. Isn't there easy and 2 types of standards? Yeah, that's my worry. Is that there seems to be no hard difficulty available from the start in RE9. For people who are a little more experienced with RE and who would need that to feel appropriately challenged. Ink ribbons are disabled in easy mode only? No. So what they showed in the difficulty menu was there's easy mode, there's standard mode, in parentheses normal or something, I think it was. And then they had standard mode in parentheses classic. And standard classic is the standard difficulty, just it has the ink ribbon system in it instead of not having the ink ribbon system. So you can play on standard without ink ribbons if you choose to do so, or with them. Which I think is fine. I have no issue with that, but I think not having a hardcore difficulty available from the start is going to be a mistake. We'll see. Maybe the game is going to be way harder than anything they've done in recent years, and I will be wrong. But just going on like the last decade of RE games and how their standard difficulties have been, I worry that RE9 will be too easy on a first playthrough for a lot of players out there. I hate having to play through a game twice just to play on the proper difficulty. In some games, it makes sense. Like, I've always said that I think DMC does it really well. Because, like, at least with Devil May Cry, assuming you're not, like, a fan of the series for years and years and years, like, think of the first Devil May Cry game you played, whichever one that was. Starting on standard difficulty makes a lot of sense. Like, as you acquire all of the weapons, upgrades, etc., and just get a feel for the mechanics. Because then as soon as you go to hard mode in a DMC game, it gets hard. But, like, they've given you the opportunity to get used to the game, feel things out, get all the equipment pulled together before throwing you to the wolves, unless you played the original DMC3 in America on PS2. In which case they threw you to the wolves right away, but that wasn't even the intended DMC3 experience. I think DMC does it well. Like, DMC particularly is a hard game to get into. So the ascending difficulty, like, as you even get to grips with the core mechanics and stuff, I think makes a lot of sense there. RE is not that kind of game. RE is not like that. So I don't feel that way about RE9. Unless it is just like that crazy difficult on standard and the mechanics are so different that I need that time to adjust. I doubt that will be the case. But DMC, I think, is a good example of it. But most of the time, I think having like easy, normal, hard, and then having like an extreme mode unlocked after a first playthrough is the way to do that. Generally. I stopped when I finished 1 because I couldn't face playing all the way through 2. You just gotta stomach 2. The funny thing is DMC2 isn't even that long of a game. It is just so painful that it feels like it's that long of a game. Oh, yeah, okay. I was gonna do it the other way, but I guess I can't. Is it just painful to 100%? No, the game is genuinely super dog shit. Just playing the game in general, just in general. It really is that bad. Like, you hear about it and you think it can't be, but like it is very common for people who try to play in release order to just give up like halfway through DMC2 and not play the rest of the games after. Or just skip DMC2 at the very least, like skip the rest of the game. I think if you played like half of 2, wait, it depends. I think for DMC2, you should at least play through Dante's story. If nothing else. Only because the ending is actually pretty cool for Dante's. But you don't have to play through both stories in DMC2. They reuse a lot of the levels. The combat gets different animations, but doesn't actually change. Like, at least play Dante's is kind of where I sit with DMC2. It's only like 5 hours if you play just Dante's. Lucia's story is probably about 4 hours. Uh-oh, my brain is malfunctioning. Hold on.
Always blame the women.
True. I told you guys she's based.
Always blame the women.
She doubled down. You think RE9 is going to be better than 4 Remake after seeing the showcase? That is a very difficult question to answer. I really think more than anything else... Oh wait, no, I shouldn't have closed it yet, my bad. Sorry. I think more than anything else, whether or not it's better is going to come down to if the flipping between Grace and Leon feels good. Because as cool as it is that they're going for like 2 games in 1 and you bounce back and forth between them, the execution on that becomes like the make or break for the entire game. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't feel good to be taken away from Grace and put into Leon, and then back and forth, like either way that plays out, like whichever way it might not feel good, if that gets fucked up, it will ruin the entire game for a lot of people. I think what's there in both halves of the game looks great, but it really comes down to like how they pace that out and how natural or artificial that ends up feeling. But both halves of the game, from what we've seen so far, look very good. Like, I think in general, the game looks very promising. That's really my hesitation right now, though. Which do you like better, 4 Remake or the OG? Only because I'm so close to doing the 4 Remake video, I'm gonna hold my tongue on that for now. Only because I'm right there. I have stated my opinion on it before on stream, but because I'm right about there, I'm gonna wait. business moves. RE4 remake does not have a Porsche. But I'm not a car guy. I sent it to False when they in the showcase announced the watches. I was like, oh, that Leon's watch is actually pretty slick. I might. And then I went to look at it later and saw that that watch was like $2,200. I said, fuck that. Absolutely not. What do you think this YouTube money makes? The fuck? Absolutely not. Take your time, Rebecca. Wear it once on stream, then claim for taxes? Chat, do you think I could claim a $2,000 watch on my taxes if I wore it on stream? Genuine question. They are limited edition, too. Like, once they go on sale, they're only making a certain number, and then, like, that's it. I'm sure the IRS would love that. The Leon jacket that costs, like, $1,000? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Review the watch, the Leon Kennedy experience. True, true. If you want to go to jail. I mean, I already get to claim the games themselves on my taxes, and I doubt they like that very much, but I do get to. So maybe the watch. Most content reviewers claim a lot of stuff. It's because we can. Granted, the downside, like it's so easy to say, write it off on your taxes and just forget about it. But I'm very finance minded, to put it lightly. And the thing with writing it off on your taxes is that you're still out on that money until, like, in this case, until like next May. If I bought a $2,000 watch right now, I would get the money back from writing it off, but it would take like a year and a half for me to get that back. And for the duration of that time, I just don't have that money, you know? So as easy as it is to say, like, also, my copy of RE9 is getting written off on my taxes, but I'm not getting that money back until, like, next May. Same point there, right? It sounds kind of better than it is. In that sense. Like, it's so easy to be like, oh, I write it off, it's free, but it's really not. It's only free if you're either doing girl math or if you're just completely neglecting all the other aspects of finance.
I don't need this.
Roger.
Girl math right there? Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, both RE4s are great. I will say, like, that I can say, both of them are fantastic games. Out of all the save room themes, which is, you can't ask me this question. I lean towards the original RE2 But I always add in when I say that 2 shots again in this fight. Holy fuck. I'm pretty sure the only reason I say that is nostalgia for the original RE2. But like other than that, I think RE3, Code Veronica, and RE0 all have amazing save room themes. RE1 Remake, RE4, even though you barely ever hear it and it doesn't really hit the same in RE4 just because of the difference in that game's design. RE4 also has an incredible save room theme. Like, they're all really good. I don't think Resident Evil has ever had a save room theme that isn't fantastic. So it's so hard to choose. But just because of nostalgia, I lean towards the original RE2. Like, when I think of RE save room music, in my head, I hear the original RE2 save room. You know what I mean? Like, that's just immediately what comes to mind. What plays in my head is RE2's. Don't need this right now, my ass. That's where it goes. Fucking tank control RE games. Remake is better than the original. I think it's true. I do, like, I agree that the remake pretty much just took the original save room theme and made it sound nicer. Like, added more depth to it. But because the remake is the remake, I associate that save room theme with the original more. RE2 Remake's music is so weird. I talked about this recently. But when I've always thought that RE2 Remake has a poor soundtrack. I've always thought that. I've always said that. But when I did the RE2 Remake video recently, when I did the review, I actually listened to the music outside of the game for the first time. Like, fully. I listened through the whole soundtrack while working on the video, right? And it's really good. It's not as good as the original RE2 soundtrack, but, like, genuinely, the issue with RE2 Remake's soundtrack isn't the quality of the soundtrack. It's that it's mixed so quietly in the game that you barely hear it. Like, you think that the music is barely there, because it is, in terms of actually playing the game. But dude, when you go listen to it on its own, that soundtrack is so good. Once RE4 and 9 are done for the review series, would you focus all your time on the Yakuza videos? That's the plan, yes. Like, once RE is done, I'm just gonna finish Yakuza all the way through before I start anything else. I need Wesker. That sucks. Oh, I read half of that message before I looked back over, and that was painful. Oh. Kirby after Yakuza, right? We'll see. I don't remember which chemical I need to combine with it for the battery acid. Speaking of tank controls, I've seen multiple people who have no experience with them try Silent Hill 1 as their first tank control game. And every time I'm like, you could have chosen anything else. Silent Hill 1's tank controls are terrible. This is true. As a Silent Hill fanboy, particularly the original trilogy, Silent Hill 1 has some of the worst tank controls I've ever played. Just because of, like, the weird inertia and stuff that they have going on for... I almost called him James. Harry. Holy shit, Silent Hill 1's tank controls are awful. They ain't that bad. Bro, there's no way. Have you played, like, old school RE? Like, any of them? To compare? I don't think I had any issues with it. It's not, like, in the way that it gets you killed. It's just, it feels awful. Like, just the responsiveness of it, and Parasite Eve 1 and 2. Parasite Eve has better tank controls. Still not great. Still not as good as Resi's, but better. Classic Resi, in my opinion, no bias. Just genuinely, like, as someone who enjoys tank controls a lot, unironically, bro, even, like, the original RE1, the first one, which I would say has the loosest feeling tank controls, like the jankiest out of the RE games. Bro, it shits on, like, anything else from the time period. And then they only got better. Like, RE2 feels better, RE3 feels better. Remake and Zero feel fucking immaculate in terms of just the tank controls themselves. It's really crazy, like, how much better it is. Silent Hill is fine with static camera angles. It's when it starts moving, yes, it is. Maybe because tank controls just don't feel good to me in general. I'm telling you, the Resi ones are, like, way above everything else. Way above.
Fine.
Even just from the original on PS1. I don't even think OG Alone in the Dark is as hard to control as SH1. Okay, I wouldn't say that. Actually, OG Alone in the Dark, that has to be the worst tank controls ever. MGS 1 through 3 wouldn't be considered tank control. No, they're not tank control games. Tank controls mean that you move relative to the character rather than relative to the camera. The first 3 MGS games are fixed camera, but they're not tank controls. Was RE Remake tank controls? Yeah. As was Zero. I had the hardware lag as well. That makes it worse, for sure. That does not help SH1's case. If you play it on PS1, that's one of those games where even just the lack of the hardware delay on emulator makes it significantly better. Like, that alone makes it feel so much better. Oh, okay. This door is the one that unlocks. I was like, I swear it was one of them. Wesker, help me. Wasn't that bad? You don't have the point of reference, man. You just don't know what you're missing. I don't know what chemical to combine it with. And I'm gonna have to go around and look. I don't even know what chemicals are around or where they are. Here we go. This is the fun part. I have such a fondness for tank control games. I really genuinely do not mind them at all. And because I love fixed cameras as like a presentation style, and I strongly believe that if you're doing fixed camera, then tank controls are the best method of movement you have. This is the way, man. things like Armored Core and like Metroid Prime are a little more questionable because they're not fixed camera, so like you really could have done other control styles, but they're still pretty good there. But yeah, Metroid Prime 1 and 2 have tank controls. That would be right. What do you need to make? I need to make like the battery fluid or acid or whatever it's called for the forklift battery to get the key card that opens the final boss room. Yeah, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is tank controls. The old Tomb Raider games. That's another example of tank controls. Prime was before twin stick FPS controls were really a thing. No, it wasn't. Everyone says that it's not true. It's not. I'm not even talking about just the Alien game. But the Alien game is a funny example. Is it this acid? Do I need both? Oh, I do need both. Battery fluid. Okay, I got it. Is World of Tanks tank controls? Haven't played it. But yes. Yeah, Halo made that method more popular, but there are quite a few examples of it predating Halo. That's another thing. Halo fanboy right here, right? But like, it only popularized an existing control method. It was not like the genius progenitor of the entire style like people say it was. Medal of Honor on PS1, good example. If you had a DualShock controller, Medal of Honor could be played twin stick. It had a setting for it for if you owned a DualShock. It did use tank controls if you didn't own a DualShock. It played a lot like GoldenEye in terms of like the way they did the movement and the aiming if you didn't have a DualShock controller. But if you did, the old PS1 Medal of Honor games could be played with that style. And they're way better for it. Is Medal of Honor even on my list for review games? Because that would be a fun series. No one would vote for it, but I would fuck with a Medal of Honor series. I would enjoy making that. I love Medal of Honor. Aside from the newer ones, the modern era ones from like the early 2010s, those sucked. But it is, if I recall correctly. Okay, I was going to say. Like, have I not had that thought before? That would be crazy of me. Some banger games. Yeah, I don't like the modern ones. I think the first one was just called Medal of Honor because it was like a reboot. And then the second one I think was called like Warfighter or something like that. Those sucked. Airborne is my favorite one. Not even like because I think it does a whole lot of things better than the others, but genuinely Airborne is my favorite just because of like the parachuting into the battle, like actually in gameplay and controlling it and being able to fuck around with it. That alone elevated that game so much for me. It's just so fucking fun to do. For the non-Medal of Honor fans, Airborne, you played as like a paratrooper in World War II. So genuinely, like, you would start up in the plane and jump out with the parachute, and you would control yourself parachuting down into the battle. So like, you controlled where you landed at the start of the mission, and like where you landed would affect how you actually approached things quite a bit. So there was a lot that you could kind of play with that. And that gimmick alone made that my favorite game out of all of Medal of Honor. It was just so fun. Is Exoprimal part of the Dino Crisis series? No. Granted, I don't know the lore, but I definitely feel like I would have heard if it actually tied in. No, it seems like it's just another Capcom game that happens to have dinosaurs in it. But as far as I know, it's not directly tied to Dino Crisis. How much health do you have? Ow! My God, put me down. How much health do you have? Isn't Medal of Honor an EA game? Yes. Was killed long before the VR game. The VR game hurts, man. Because, like, it seemed so cool. But I hate that the big chance for the Medal of Honor revival got relegated to a meta-exclusive VR game. Like, not even just a VR game that they hinged the whole comeback on, but one that was exclusive to specific VR headsets. Like, genuinely, that hurt.
You
Oh my
stay
God.
here.
Yeah, I bet it would. If it would... The shape? The shape? Are you telling me that I'm in the wrong one? Oh my God. This game. Rebecca has to go to the left terminal. Fuck this game. Sometimes. I'm actually... This is a good 100%. I am enjoying it. But purely for things like that, fuck this game. Just so stupid sometimes. I find it funny that Zero is genuinely one of the more enjoyable 100% so far. Just because I shit on this game a lot for being like the weak one of the tank control games, but then all of these extra modes and challenges and stuff for the 100% are actually a ton of fun. Like, genuinely, the story playthrough that we did at the start of this 100%, I enjoyed no more than my average RE0 playthrough. It was like, yep, this is RE0. Not my favorite. As soon as we started doing Leech Hunter, I was like, wait, what is this? This side game is actually good. Like, really good.
I have said some freaky shit in my day.
We'll see you around, hot sauce. That's loud as fuck. That actually kind of scared me.
No pregnant, only breed. Unless you pay me 80K.
What do you think of Leon's infection in RE9? First off, I am currently not a subscriber of Leon is going to die or mutate into the final boss because of the infection. I think Capcom would be very stupid to kill off Leon Kennedy. And they know, like, they just wouldn't. Like, Capcom makes questionable decisions, but not that questionable. I mean, that would be even more questionable than just Umbrella Corps existing. But I do think, because of the little bits in the trailers that we've gotten talking about Elpis infection causing hallucinations and such, that a lot of what they're teasing for, like, other legacy characters coming back in the game might not be like Chris making an appearance or Claire making an appearance or whatever,
We need to open the
but it
window.
definitely could be hallucinations of Leon's prior experiences and like PTSD manifesting. Like maybe some of these legacy characters will be hallucinations of like Marvin from RE2, like hallucinations of people that Leon wasn't able to save, Luis from RE4. I feel like there's a lot of story potential with stuff like that, given how heavily they're trying to drive home the hallucination aspect in these trailers. Like the kind of mental effect of Elpis infection. I think there's a lot that they could do with that for sure. Ada Wong could be there as a hallucination and not literally physically be there because of his infection, right? Stuff like that. Ada Wong could even, like, in a similar vein to the ones he wasn't able to save, like, she could be the one that continuously got away, right? Because she was 100% gonna be there, though. I agree that she will almost definitely be there, but I'm just saying, like, there's opportunity for her to be there as a hallucination. And maybe she is there and he hallucinates her. And you don't know when she's actually there literally and when she's just a hallucination. I think there's a lot of cool shit they could do with that. Story-wise. Gameplay-wise, I don't think it's going to affect much, but story-wise, they could do quite a bit with the Elpis infection from what they've told us so far. Mr. X hallucination would actually be insane. Or like El Gigante from RE4 pops up as a hallucination. The giant fly boss from RE6 returns as a hallucination. Bro, these could be so wild if they actually do stuff with them. I want the giant fly boss as a hallucination now. I want him to hallucinate the giant fly. Now that I've said it out loud, I'm like, oh my god, please, that would be the funniest fucking shit. I just have him stun locked with this infinite grenade launcher. He is just stuck. Or sorry, she, it's a queen. My bad. Forgive me, queen. Infinite ammo on all weapons is an insane reward for completing a fucking mini game. That should be like the S rank reward, not the mini game reward. Same with the upgraded Magnum being a minigame reward. It's just crazy. I feel like they gave me too much just for completing the minigame. Could just be me, though. Oh!
Hey, Queenie!
Billy, you changed.
Feast on this!
It took you nearly 3 hours. It is quite the extensive minigame, but it is RE0's, like, battle minigame. Yeah. Sorry, I can't skip Hey Queenie. I can't skip that one. Even though it is pre-rendered and it doesn't even show the Wesker costume, I had to play it. I thought the credits were unskippable. 321? Not bad for me at all. In RE0, we do get Rebecca's costume for the main game, and there is an achievement for equipping that costume in the main game. So we're actually going to do that. I do need to go refill my water, though. I ran out of water, and my throat is hurting. I'm yapping very hard. Actually, I'll get to like the save room so that there's nice ambience, because the menu is completely silent in this game.
Resident Evil 0.
I remember unlocking the hand cannon in RE4 Remake by doing the Mercenaries mode and getting a good score. Yeah, that was super easy to get, because also RE4 Remake's Mercenaries is very easy to get high scores in. So that was a crazy reward. Now that you've reminded me that existed, that was very over the top in terms of rewards. Can we get Hasta Luego in RE9? This started up another Wesker mode, didn't it? I think it did.
Resident Evil.
How do I
0.
not start another Wesker mode off of this save file? I hope Leon has a bingo minigame. Is this just now a Wesker save file? I mean, I guess, well...
Resident Evil 0.
Okay, that time I said restart. What if I say once again? Hold on. Same thing. Doesn't matter which one you say.
Resident Evil.
I'm testing here.
0.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? You guys are bitches. Hold on. I don't have my rewards. Oh, I do have the Team Wesker costume. Okay. Got my achievement. But do I now just have a fucking Wesker save file that I have doomed myself to?
0.
Am I stuck in Wesker mode forever? Hold on. Those were the 2 achievements I had, like, planned for the day. Oh, yeah, I got the bad achievement, too. That's right. I have to go look at what else there is. There is hard difficulty. We could do the no healing item run. I should have done the other miscellaneous. Yeah. I forgot that there's one for combining every herb together. You're stuck with the Wesker mode. Apparently, you're meant to do it in a different slot. It's good that I have that other save file now. Because of that. I do have another save file. Thank God. Because otherwise, we would have been so cooked. Okay. So I have no saving. I can't do that. I just don't have time for that today. Like, I could start any other run that is not the no saving run today. I think we just do the one that's no heals. We just give her a blast. No healing items. I just opened up DaVinci Resolve. Hold on, it takes a second. That's cheating? What's cheating? There we go. I'm back. What achievements are left? Quite a few. I think we're going to go for the no healing run. And I can just say restart here on this save file that I had made for just random shit. We got this. We're fine. No healing it is. Whole playthrough, no heal. I have all of my rewards. I'm going to put Rebecca in the Wesker costume. I earned it. Actually... Chat, which costume you want? I kind of want to do the leather because it matches Billy's alternate costume. We haven't done a full run of like those two in their matching alt costumes. Bow, bow. They all got me barking, he said. I have infinite ammo. We just blast this run. No healing items. Infinite ammo, everything. As it should be. Leather seems to be the winner anyway. Just from general sentiment, so this works. Is there a speedrun achievement? There is. So we have speedrun achievement that I don't have. I don't remember the time requirement, but I can maybe double it up here if I go fast enough. We'll see. There's the S rank achievement. There's the no heals achievement. And there's the no save achievement. Make myself this save file. Let's do all three. Whoa. I don't know if S ranks will be eligible with all the cheat items and stuff. No save is awful. We've done it in other games already. It's not that bad because you kind of just double it up with the speed run, right? You do the game in less than 3 hours on stream. Don't save. That's it. Anyway, I am going to go refill my water. I need water. My throat is dying. So I'll be back in a minute. I'll quit out and load the save for time's sake. Maybe I can do the speed run this run. We'll see. Feel free to get up, get a drink, snack, bathroom break, whatever you want to do while I'm up real quick. And I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. I made it. I got water. I'm ready to speed run. Maybe. We'll see. I will quit out for the time.
Resident Evil 0.
Because maybe I can get the speed run here. We'll see. I probably can. Infinite Ammo Magnum beats everything, after all. Yeah, the no heals run really can't be done on the same run as no saving, right? It really can't be. Oh? I come back to hating sparkling water and flavored water. Flavored water is okay. I hate sparkling water. I despise it. Like flavored water, I don't drink it. I just drink water. But I don't mind it. There are more achievements, so, sorry. In terms of, like, stacking achievements here, just to be clear, there are 3 achievements we're doing this run just by doing no heals. Alright? There is complete the game without using a first aid spray. I don't have that yet. Complete the game without using any recovery items. I don't have that. And complete the game without combining any herbs, which I can also very easily do on a no heal run. So even if I don't get the speed run or the S rank or anything, this is a tripled up achievement run. Billy in his jacket costume is a necessity. I'm gonna put Billy in the box this time. Actually, no, I'm not. Here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, Rebecca. Oh, here. Can I drop? I was gonna say, there's no way I can drop items up here. Rebecca's getting stuck with the handgun. Billy's taking that Magnum. Thick water. I've tried the thick water. It's for people who have trouble swallowing, like, for whatever reason. And it's... yeah. Ugh. I like my water greasy. Slimy out of 10. Yeah. feel like I generally can route RE0 pretty well. I mean, that last run, 321. Can someone check what the speedrun is for this game? How fast do you have to go to get the speed achievement for RE0? Is it 3 hours? Because I didn't get it there. It was 321 my last run. Is it 3 hours for the speed run? Would you like to review the canon movies as well? No, I'm not I have no like experience in filmmaking or anything, so I'm just not interested in doing reviews of them. There we go. Turned a little too fast. Three and a half? Maybe it's just not possible to do in Wesker mode. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just disabled in Wesker mode. Don't let me forget to grab the thing. This thing. Beat the game in under 3.5 hours. Is there not a speedrun achievement? Am I mistaken? I didn't get S rank there either, so it must just be disabled for Wesker mode, because I didn't see a rank pop up or anything. I won't be surprised if the infinite ammo disqualifies me either. There is. Is it also 3.5? Then what's the point of having 2 of them? Wesker mode doesn't count. Makes sense. Not really, because it's basically the same game with the death stare, but fair enough. I'm kind of schmoovin'. I mean, when you think about what there is to do in the train section. You only need S. Okay. So there is no speedrun achievement. There's just an S rank achievement. Got it. I guess I just assumed there was a speedrun because there always is for RE. But if the rank is only tied to speed, then that makes sense. Doesn't seem to be for Wesker mode, but infinite ammo doesn't seem to affect it. Shit. Good start. Damage taken. He takes forever to die. I almost ran right through him. But he will hit you during the animation too. Can't do no save right now? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You only need S rank. Okay, sweet. At least I'm playing as Billy. Bro can tank everything. What is the best grenade launcher round for the Queen Leech? Where are my RE0 experts? Is it flame rounds or acid that will do the most damage? Or maybe explosive? I don't know. What would do the most damage to the Queen Leech for the final boss? Sounds like a question Sentai could answer. Probably. Acid, probably. Acid is typically the best. But in RE0, flame rounds are kind of the best because the leech men are weak to it. Which makes me assume the Queen Leech is probably weak to it. It technically is the speedrun achievement. Yeah, rank is typically like time-based, but then also like there are things like first aid sprays disqualify you, dying disqualifies you, stuff like that. But I don't know the ins and outs for Zero specifically. I didn't really research it, to be honest. I probably should have, but I didn't. Bet I could just run past these zombies, right? They're not too close, I don't think. Not at all.
This way.
Yeah.
Isn't Zero the 9th game in the franchise as a whole, including spin-offs? I believe so. Yes. Right? Well, that's that. It's the 9th. Okay. I couldn't remember how many
I'll go alone.
like 100% we had at this point. So we have 8 currently. 0 will be the 9th 100% that we've completed. Out of, I believe, 30 exactly once 9 is out.
Let's go.
Actually, I technically have 9. I did Reverse already. Reverse, I already have platinumed. Because the shutdown. I did it ahead of time. But in release order, which is mainly what we're doing, with that one exception, this will be the 9th. Fucker. Get out of here. Requiem is 29. Okay. I thought it was 30, but that... Oh, no. 30 when 9 is out. 29 technically since Reverse no longer exists. But you dodged that. So he thinks. Stream delay is a fun thing sometimes. I just don't get to stream it in release order. But when I recorded for the Reverse review, I did get every achievement in the game. I played enough to get all the achievements and recorded the whole process for footage for that video. Yeah, pre-recorded that bitch. You dodged it no longer existing? Yeah, we played it anyway. Well, I played it. I'm basically done with the train. I apparently can't count that high accurately. It's a lot of games.
Let's go.
Okay.
In fairness. I seem to at least have the train section down. If nothing else. Like, I'm fucking cooking here. We're at like 15 minutes played. And I literally just have that final math sequence, question mark? You know, the running to the back, doing the math puzzle, and then the train is over. World record incoming? Maybe. I bet no one runs 0. It could be, for all I know. The 17th mainline game? Hold on, I have to think. So there's 1 through 9. 9. Remakes of 1 through 4. 13. 0 and Code Veronica. 15. Unless I'm missing things. But that it should be the 15th main line, I think. Okay. World record is 1 hour and 16 minutes. That's fast as fuck. Probably no infinite ammo and stuff too for that. Revelations are not mainline. But I guess if you do want to count them, then it would be 17. Neither is ORC. At least Capcom classifies them as spin-offs. But Rev, kind of, because they are canon and just like parallel stories. But then so is like Survivor and what's it called? I thought of another wacky one. Because ORC is just straight up non-canon. But most RE spin-offs are canon. Like Dead Aim. Dead Aim is technically canon. Anyway. It is about that time. So, I gotta get back to video work. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. If you did enjoy, and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other things, like Ace Combat, Metal Gear, Yakuza. Come back for any of it. It's all good stuff, I think. Obviously not biased. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps me out with algorithm a lot. Helps boost it up, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. If you're watching on Twitch, they're on the channel page. They're in chat commands. You'll be able to find whatever you're looking for. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.